Hello and welcome to How to Play Richii Mahjong. First of all, we go about how a normal Mahjong turn plays out. First, we draw one tile and then we discard a tile. Here an example for it. First, we draw a tile, you see it here in red, and then we discard a tile. This is one in blue. Now about the basic information. Each tile exists 4 times. Then there are groups of 3. This can be a triple, you see it on the bottom left, or it could be a straight, you see it on the bottom right. Now we will talk about winning hands. For a winning hand you need 4 groups of 3 and 1 pair. In this example we have 3 triples, 2-2-2, 3-3-3 and 9-9-9, 1 straight, 4-5-6 and a double 2 times east. Let's come to special moves. Chi, completing a straight only if the left player drops the needed tile. Here an example. The left player drops a 7 and we have a 5 and a 6, and with this Chi we complete the straight. Next is pawn. Completing a triple using a drop tile from anyone. In this example, we have 2 5s and we're waiting for another 5. We can now press pawn and we complete this triple. Now let's talk about Richii. You can only Richii if you didn't Chi, pawn and can, and we didn't have taken any tiles. You need a nearly completed hand, so we have already 2 groups of 3 and 1 pair. And we are waiting for 2 more groups, 1 times for the 6 of coins and for the 4, 2 and 1 of bamboo. In this example we are drawing the 6, and with the Richii we are just 1 tile away to win the game. And Richii is as well a win condition. Now let's talk about Ron. Ron is taking the winning tile from any other player. In our example before, we are waiting for a 4 of bamboo, it gets dropped here, and with Ron we can just steal the tile and win the hand. The honorable mentions. Tenpai, you just need 1 tile to win the game, and Can is a set of 4 identical tiles. This means you can announce it and everyone sees that you have those 4. Problem is, more tiles are available and it's only really useful if you're about to win, so it's not recommended for beginners. Now open hand versus closed hand. An open hand is if you use Chi, pawn or can on another player's turn, and closes if you didn't. With an open hand you can't use all tiles easily, so you have to use like 2 to 8, and you usually don't use 1s or 9s or win tiles or dragon tiles. How to win with open hand and the forbidden tiles. Either you have a triple of the dragons or a triple of a wind, but the wind has to be the seeded wind, here marked in red, or the round wind marked in green on the picture. There are more ways to win with an open hand and the forbidden tiles, but we just want to keep it simple. And the win conditions of the dragons, the winds or just the simples for an open hand are way easier. Otherwise, if you don't have either of these possibilities, just don't use Chi and pawn and can, and then you can just have a closed hand and you have just Richii as a win condition. My advice for beginners is to never can, to only Chi and pawn if you have already 2 dragons at the start, or 2 seeded winds and middle winds. 3 is as well even better. Or you nearly don't have 1s, 9s, dragons or winds, because open hand just limits your possibilities. Otherwise, just enjoy Mahjong, try around, play, and if you win with a shiny tile we here marked, then you get actually more points and you have an easier way to win. Thank you for listening, and I hope my video could teach you a little bit more about Mahjong and maybe that you are able to pick it up.